Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to SiSi, the test server for EVE Online, where CCP is organizing another mass test for the Bloodraider Shipyard. So the test is starting with a jump into the next system where I think the Bloodraider Shipyard should be. And let's see, we have the typical traffic control, of course, and 166 seconds, gonna be a pretty long jump. More than 300 people were in local, and this mass test is meant mostly to test out server performance during the Bloodraider Shipyard, but also under extreme loads. If I go a little bit higher here in the explanations, CCP Habakkuk says that they will also change server settings on the fly to test a different way of handling heavy loads. They might also introduce extra lag themselves to really stress out the servers. And so for that reason, it was actually recommended that we tone down the graphics a little bit. So I set most of the stuff to a medium. Hopefully it will work out. Oh, also I'm going to do another thing here. I set a drones tab to only have the NPCs. So I'm actually also going to hide all brackets here. Don't want to have an accidental client crash, but this should be very interesting. Because this is going to be a pretty important test for performance. There has been a decent amount of complaining, I think, when it comes to tie-dye and performance in the Bloodraider Shipyard. So let's take a look here. We are now in YZ9 and decloak and lock CCP paradox. Let's see if I can actually target CCP paradox in a Balgorn. Not supposed to shoot just yet. Let's see if we can spot him. 23 kilometers. Let's do an orbit at 1000. Speed it up a little bit. Let's see if we can actually spot him. There he is. And I think the idea was for this part, if I read the steps correctly, to do some short range testing. So I'm actually going to try and catch up to him. See if I can get close and only use the guns. Another quick note, you do see a lot of capitals and quite a few titans there as well. The request was mostly for drone ships, which is why I took the Dominics. Shoot paradox. Alright, let's use E-War here as well. Let's fire off the neutrons. There we go. So this is like a first performance test here. Everything is on CCP Paradox in a Balgorn. Look at him tanking. 340 people firing at him. Pretty impressive stuff. It is of course a dev hack. But I think the idea here is to test server performance. So we are going to keep at it. Does damage, but you just don't see it happening on the ship right there. Quite interesting. So there is CCP Paradox, lasers of all colors, lots of target painters as well. Super heavy on the effects. Performance here, it feels okay. FPS of course does drop significantly, but this feels decently okay and responsive for everything that's happening on grid here at the moment. You also have fighters, I think. The streaks that they fire, you can see those. When you're at the right distance there, you can see them right there, which is pretty cool. I do like these effects. And so we are still firing at CCP Paradox. Let's see. So as I said, we might have problems here. I'm not going to guarantee anything during this video because we might get server problems. Most likely to be introduced by CCP themselves. And they also said that they might kill and spot people during the test on the Bloodraider Shipyard as well. Just to take a look. Oh, we can actually stop using the micro warp drive, of course, just to make sure that they test a little bit of everything during the performance. So maybe we'll spot if they fixed the frigate managing to run the frigate fleet managing to run the site. But considering the setup that we've got going here, I don't think we'll know for sure. So we're still firing. They're probably getting data now from their servers about performance. For me, you know, medium graphics, and this feels okay. Managing to hold more than 20 FPS feels somewhat okay, I think. Let's also stop at this point. No need to keep moving. Let's undo the newt. SiSi Paradox has infinite shields. So here now you can see everyone. This is a pretty cool view. Everything thrown at the Balgorn. Also activate any hardeners boosters that are also fitted on your ship. Okay, so now they want us to do a little bit of everything. So let's see if we can do that. Oh, approach definitely. Quick bursts. In fact, I'll activate a little bit of cap recharging here as well, like that. See if we can get back on our orbit. So boosters. You know what? Let's give him another run. We can use the cap here. So just activate a little bit of everything. Oh yeah, if I read in one of the steps, I think that they expect more tie-dye at some point, but less lag on the modules. So could be interesting. He's actually getting away from me. He's obviously immune to everything. 25 kilometers. Everybody keep firing at the dev. That is pretty cool. Yeah, 25 frames per second. So I would say that that's definitely looking okay. Let's also run these guys for the final cap. Maybe try to move in on SiSi Paradox with the micro warp drive. Oh, and do I have any in the cargo bay? Yeah, he's actually, I think, reloading. Oh, not enough. Oh no, he does have a couple extra boosters in there. Okay. Approach. So there we go. This is actually pretty similar to any of the other tests that we usually run, but where we go after a structure or something like that to check lag. So everyone is firing at a single target. Maybe they'll add this as a regular part of the tests from now on. I'm not sure, of course, but right now everyone firing. We've got almost 400 people in local. Not bad for a mass test that was announced on the day itself. And now I've got pretty much everything up and running.
The capacitor is empty.
And I'm running out of cap. Also, well, maybe we should add some drones just to see how that goes. So I'm not spotting any tie-dye. I just pressed F. They're going, okay, and I'm seeing the messages as well, so it does look to work. So far this is pretty good. And that Balgorn is doing quite nicely.
A module has run out of charges.
Alright, let's reload those. Still going. Looking around with the camera. Yeah, seems to work okay. 20 FPS at this point. 395, people are still coming in. Let's see if I can ask for capacitor. Sounded like some sort of mass warp, not spotting it. Whoop, yeah, and ooh, now maybe SiSi is actually doing something, because I do just notice a drop in the FPS. We're now down to, well, less than 20 FPS here. All of a sudden, so close by. Looks like it's actually a little bit tougher all of a sudden. Interesting. There are more people still coming in though. We are going to approach 400. A little bit of tie-dye kicking in here as well. Let's keep that in mind and let's restart our firing cycle here as well. We're moving on shortly. Roger that. Yeah, and look at performance going back up here. I do think that CCP is... Ooh, look at the dive now. Running stuff in the background to do some stress testing here while they've got 400 people firing at a single target on one grid. So far, at least we're still in the game. That's good. We had a reload as well, so maybe they waited for that too. CCP Paradox being hugged by everyone. Okay, stop fighting. So let's disable everything, return to drone bay, and look maybe for lining out. Tie-dye, it's there, 63%, so that's almost 40% tie-dye. That's quite significant. So everything is dying down. Newts have pretty long cycles, so that could still take a while. But overall, people are responding decently well. Drones in bay, FPS going up. There's this annoying fly in my room. Stay away, you. Alright, she's back at the window. Coming back in my direction. What the? Stay back. Align to ON30. Alright, we're talking about gates here. So, star gates ON align to. There we go. Warp and jump. Alright. Can I just do that from here? Yeah, jump through Stargate. Off we go. There goes the fleet. So FPS here on grid still down to like 45. So still a little bit down, but people are finally stopping. And off we go. Whoa, leaving grid here. That is typical, of course. You get that every time. And now we're back at 60. And we can move with confidence. Well, there's a nightmare after me. And Dominic's and probably Rattlesnake. Yeah. Oh, Dominic's Navy issue even. Lots of battleships in this one, so the SiSi guys are definitely not taking the full Punisher fleet route here. But I think that's for the best. Something like that is bound to get countered by CCP in a patch, I think. So, a little bit of tie-dye on this jump, still at 68%. Going up, 46, yeah, over 50% tie-dye, alright. So again here, keep one thing in mind, this is the test server and this is a mass test that's really focusing on performance. CCP is even going to add extra stress on the servers to make sure that it gets the hardest job today. So all of this is not representative of the state of the current client or what we can expect on TQ. So more people coming in. Maybe if we select like this at distance, what we get? Oh, Bloodraider. Keep out. Yeah, that's probably where we're gonna go next. So let's put this back on distance. Bloodraiders Club, keep out. Let's align over there. And tie-dye, still going up. Look at that, 32%. So we are talking 400 people, something like that, jumping. And no actual combat going on. So I do again suspect here that SiSi is going... is behind all of this. Okay, slowly coming back, 330. As a white looking Thanatos decloaks. All right. Anything else here? Erebus. These I do think are pretty cool skins when they have several colors on them. So this is medium graphics, shaders, all of that. So this doesn't look as good as it could. But it's pretty cool. So we get a couple Titans here as well. And fleet is at 150, so I think that there should still be plenty of room. Get some spam happening here as well. And most people are also noticing and aligning towards the Bloodraiders clubhouse. Someone is checking out. Yeah, patience is not always easy. Warp to the beacon at your own optimal. It is located at the perimeter line of the Sotio, but you are warping from below. So that's actually really good. I didn't upload the video, but there was another smaller mass test that was organized here. We are going to warp, let's say at 30, just to start out. And on that one we were landing right in the middle of the Sotio. And then the NPCs actually blueballed us, so they sent out a couple of waves of cruisers, and then they said, you know what, screw it, we're gonna leave these guys alone. That was actually pretty funny to have that happen, but of course it didn't exactly make for a good test video either. Nobody really knew what was happening, what we were supposed to do, and the location of our warping was absolutely terrible. So hopefully this is better. We should be underneath the Sotio and at the perimeter line. So I think that this time it should be slightly better. Yeah, so here is the line coming in from below, and there is... Oh, this is actually a nice spot to come in, because most stuff that undocks comes right over there. So here's the Bloodraider shipyard. Let's start by targeting that puppy, of course. Please use drones if you have them. Shoot the Sotio and the NPCs. So that one is at 0, and let's take a look. Here we go. We actually have some Bloodraider stuff here as well. So let's target those a little bit. And for the first part here, you know what? Let's break out the guards and see what the response will be. Tie-dye. It's kicking in here. 82%, so it's not too much. There's an omen being fired at, so I'm giving the order, but the guards are still... Okay, so this is definitely pretty laggy, I have to admit. Way more laggy than when we were firing at SiSi Paradox. Look at them still coming out. Now 4 and 5 out of 5. So let's see if we can still fire a shot at that omen. Well, it just blew up. Let's try the next one. Engage. And then let's hope that we don't get bumped away from our guards too much either. We can try... Oh, he's down. Right, targeting some of the next ones. So at the moment, cruiser, some battleships at 200 kilometers. Let's see if we can spot where they are. Alright, that's pretty far away. Arbitrator at... God damn it! Stuff just blows up too quickly. Keep targeting. Tie-dye, yeah, it's real. 46%, so more than 50% tie-dye. Let's just target whatever we can. Ah, finally, we've got a first little hit on a Bloodraider Omen. He's gone. See the Ogre as well. Alright, let's start firing at the Sotio a little bit. See what comes in next. So this is with guards. It's working so far. Get a couple more coming in here. And am I getting... Let's see what this is. Warp disabled. I think that's just from firing at the Sotio. Yeah, I'm actually getting hits in. 4 to 500. Alright, let's take a quick look at the battleship fleet here. So that's one of them. There's another one. They're still waiting it out. Oh, docking? No. I don't think so. But I didn't order the camera to come back to me. That's a little weird. So, that's gone. Okay. Let's see what else we can target here. 20 FPS. That's definitely down a little bit. And tie-dye, 64%. So that is slowly going down. Not too many Blood Raiders on field just yet. So we are going to keep firing at the Sotio itself. And what does come in gets blown up pretty quickly. No longer present. Yeah, so there is definitely lag happening here at the moment. Let's see if we can switch to the arbitrator. Nope. Somehow losing my lock. Next, next, next. No longer present. Might they actually be blown up? And that's my my overview is lagging. It's possible, but it actually looks... Well, I'm not sure. Dark is invulnerable. Okay. So, are they playing docking games with us? It's possible. They're at 0. Let's see if I can actually look at him. Yeah. He looks like he's still present. And now he's actually disappearing again. Let's see if I can retarget him. And now we've got these battleships out and about. Are we gonna get blue balled again? Let's see. Now we can target. I switch drones. That's still on the Sotio. Oh, and I'm actually moving a little bit, which is not great. Right, let's keep trying to fire. Oh, here come some dreads. Quite a few dreads. At 80. Let's see if we can spot some of them. Yeah, they're coming out here to defend. All right, this is actually pretty cool. So let's target the closest one. This is pretty cool. Now we need to see them firing as well, of course. Let's see if we can engage the first Chemosh here. And it's being primaried by the fleet. So here is the Bloodraider dreadnought response. That is quite a bit. Tie-dye is gone now. That's quite interesting as well. Local 416 running after this. So that's the Bloodraider spawn. And here is the first. That's the one that's being primaried by us mostly. Alright, now target something and start firing, guys. Because right now we're not really seeing that. Oh, there's a couple balls also coming in. Interesting. So that's the first one going down. Let's keep an eye on him for the explosion. FPS down to 16. Let's see what happens next. Alright, there she blows. Let's see if we can also fire at the Balgorn, who came in. That's a big mistake. So he's also whipped and scrammed. He's not going anywhere normally. That should be it for that Balgorn. Let's see if we can fire at the Chemosh, see if we can catch these guys. And then, that's a pretty big performance drop there all of a sudden as well. Are they firing back? They're still thinking. They're still thinking about it. At least we've not been kicked out so far, so that does work. There now we also have like an arbitrator. Let's target him. He's down. Let's grab the next Chemosh then. And camera does keep wanting to come back to me for some reason. Oh, let's see. Which you probably won't notice unless you're stopping. Hold on. I'm mostly looking into module lag. Okay. So what we could try to do is like fire off. So there is not a shot that's going to hit anything, but then you stop it. That responded. Can I fire? No. Now it does. Oh yeah, look at that. Keep blinking red. Right, he's down. Gonna go after the next one. Let's see what else is here nearby. And then, oh, now I can... No, can't fire again. Interesting. Let's see if we can try neuting that guy. And then... Alright, I can fire again. Yeah, alright, that's definitely... if that's what they're going after here, that was pretty laggy. So let's fire a couple more shots. Stop. That does work. Normally now I should, I think, be able to fire again though, and it's, you can see that it's blinking red. It's telling me, nope, not gonna happen. Interesting. Still no coordinated fire coming from the Bloodraiders there. They are throwing some more Apocalypse and the likes at us. So let's see if we can hit that Balgorn. That's still on the Chemosh. A little bit of tie-dye coming back. And this guy at 12, maybe we can hit that. I don't really think so, but we'll see. Yeah, tie-dye is definitely back, so it does look like CCP. Oh, and this is still saying on Bloodraider Chemosh. Alright. Very peculiar. Let's try to hit the Apocalypse next, and let's try to grab a couple of these cruisers or something. Oh, yeah, this is hit on the Apocalypse. Okay, at least they switched for this one. We've changed the server settings now to prefer time dilation over module lag. And so now this should be better. Let's give that a try. So I don't want to fire my guns at this guy anymore, so we're stopping. I do want that guy to be whipped so that I have a chance of grabbing him. And alright, it actually responded. That did make a pretty big difference. Where even though the... Right, let's target a couple more that are nearby. Oh, no, well, I deactivated it, of course. So let's try that again. We're firing. There's more tie-dye, of course, at 40%. Then after this shot, we'll stop. So there we go. Shot stopped. And then how quickly can I fire back? I can understand that it needs one more cycle to cool down, but yeah, it's already gone. And now if I re-click, it's picking back up. This is definitely, whatever they're doing here from my perspective here, this is pretty noticeable. Oh, and looks like the looks like the Bloodraiders also woke up here, because that's a lot of incoming neuting and firing. I just wonder if these guys are doing anything. Well, that one is dead, so he's not doing anything. And there's just again more Bloodraider dreadnoughts undocking and not firing. Interesting. Let's see if we can take a look at one of these guys. Yeah, these guys are firing though. Staying very close, they're going in for the brawl. FPS down to 10. So this is quite heavy. Local at 436 as well though. So that's quite a lot. Let's see if we can target a couple more of these guys. What? Are they still supposedly warping? 87 kilometers? Okay. They're actually warping off. Okay. They came in for a hit and run. Doesn't really show up on my overview just yet. Let's see if we can... Nope. It's actually... Okay, this is definitely lagging quite heavily now. FPS down to 10. Tie-dye up to... That should be 80%, but alright. So maybe CCP is now really stressing out the server as another Chemosh does die, so we can go for another one. Well, definitely likes time dilation. This is a lot slower. Now, if I grab one of these, I want to look at it. Does that work? I want to look at you. No. Oh, there you go. He's actually now moving away. Yeah, the overview is having a lot of problems. Do I risk switching to another tab at this point? Look at the FPS here. Yeah, this is a mass test, guys. I'm sure that CCP is doing a lot behind the scenes at this point. As more stuff does blow up. Maybe they somehow do have like controls that will trigger some NPCs from doing certain stuff and others from not doing that. I can actually look at you, which means I suspect target is invulnerable. Okay. So he's supposedly in warp or something. See if I can... Nope. That's quite... Oh, now I can actually target him. Oh, and now they're coming back in here as well. Oh, that's pretty cool. So there is a lot of movement. I really am... I'm afraid of putting up the brackets here. So that's just not going to happen. Let's see if any of these guys are actually back here. Otherwise, we can also, I think, like try to target another one of those guys. Okay. So time dilation down a little bit. Performance not that great. We're almost targeting that frigate. He's at 15. Should be doable for my guards if we can switch to him. Let's also try to put the nude on him. Then this won't really help, but we can always try. So there he is. Brave little Bloodraider executioner. Flying through the Capsuleer fleet. As my guards are also attacking him. What is he firing at? Oh, he's actually going after a dreadnought. Interesting. Let's try to keep that one centered then. So tie-dye still at 50%. 442. We're still trying. Oh, they're fully missing that executioner. He's a bit too fast for me. And oof, look at the performance here. This is pretty tough. So normally I think you would like go like this. Can I start looking at myself? zoom out, try to grab a bit more for the performance. Okay, so that's... he's gone. Drones engaging Chemosh works with a bit of lag, but then the server immediately gives me a tick. Okay, we can see now the Bloodraiders are focusing on something. Maybe I'll go into tactical so that I can take a look at the focus targets. Still nothing from the dreads. Just grab another one here, I guess, like that. So that my drones can do something useful. Let's see if we can also target one of these battleships. And so they're going after a super carrier right there. So that one just died. If you experience any bugs or crashes, so far nothing too major. Maybe I could target him. Let's see if that gives us interesting information. Let's see if we can go after one of these apocalypses. No, I didn't say Balgorn, I said apocalypse. They're through the shields, but they can't really break the armor. Obviously, we also have some faxes over here, so that should be okay. And now we're actually hitting the apocalypse on the next cycle. So far everything seems logical, but yeah, 440, it's pretty tough with probably hundreds of Bloodraiders on the field here. CSP Tuxford issuing a challenge. You should see the graphs I'm looking at. So they are getting interesting information from this, I think. We're gonna try to kill that apocalypse. Then I might try switching drones. Take a look at that. Oh, guards taking some probably smart bomb damage. Still nothing else to report. Okay. And again, Bloodraider dreadnoughts just happy to sit there. Getting hits in here, so that's good. Lots of warp disruptions now, lots of stuff getting blown up. It's all Bloodraider though. Well, a Titan fleet wouldn't help if their capitals and supers don't actually fire. Oof, look at the performance here. Yeah, hopefully this is actually CCP doing lots of stuff. So far I've not been killed by them. But this is you know, pretty tough. I'm hoping personally, I mean I didn't visit the Bloodraider shipyard on TQ, that performance is a little bit better if you only take like 100 people. But for the first few ones, as we know, this will attract a lot of attention. People will try to steal it from each other, so it's gonna be pretty tough to operate. This basically is the feeling that you get in a pretty decently good-sized nullsec battle, which from my personal perspective is not always the most enjoyable either. Are we going to be able to get on top of that apocalypse, who is still slowly pulling away? Oh, they did switch targets. Now they're going after. Let's take a look at this baby. So one of our dreadnoughts. Okay, let's disable you. And then let's try to turn the camera towards it. I'm pretty sure that our faxes will have that one without any problem. But it could be interesting to see what happens. Sotio in the meantime almost blown up. So lots of newts. Oh, they're chewing through his armor. Okay, interesting. I'm slowly getting on top of that apocalypse as well. And here is the dreadnought shipyard, graveyard, I should say. Although they're still sending out more, those guys just like to watch the light show, but not participate. Half armor, okay. Will they be able to do that before the Sotio actually blows up here? 9% structure remaining. We are now weapons free. Target any other player you wish and unleash your fury. So that doesn't count anymore, of course. The PvP brawl is a go. So let's see if we can... you know what? We're gonna see if we can still get on top of that apocalypse. So if I go like that and try to spot him. Here he is. Do I see... I mean, his armor is gone. Yeah, you do see some damage. He's still bravely firing. I'm getting neutered and whipped. That's probably because I'm not moving. Let's do approach. Smart bombs and so on. Alright, everything is open. So I think that they basically do have the information that they need. But performance-wise, okay. Everything still felt decently responsive. While I'm immediately being targeted. So we're actually going to start our reps. Get back on the orbit camera. Oh, maybe start my reps a little bit too soon. My guards are going down from the smart bombs. What is that? Massive explosion. Give us a Titan Doomsday. That would be good to leave as the apocalypse finally does die. Oof, here is tie-dye now, 50%. That's of course the shipyard itself, I think that's blowing up. I wonder if the NPCs will remain. Yeah, it's no, it's not the shipyard, but it is blowing up. Okay, that's pretty cool. So let's watch that without the graphs here, as we have the Doomsdays firing as well. Yeah, maybe for the thumbnail as well. Oh man.
The capacitor is empty.
What the hell? Look at all the small explosions there as well. This is pretty damn cool. There goes the shipyard. Blap. There's the wreck.
The capacitor is empty.
I know. Doesn't matter. And the second shockwave in tie-dye. So very, very nice light show. Actually saw a Titan warp out there as well for a moment. And yeah, that's 45 minutes. That's pretty normal for a mass test. So hopefully this was enjoyable and interesting to watch. I must say, if I have to round this out, that it's pretty hard. The performance in the Bloodraider shipyards with 450 people is not exactly the most enjoyable, but at least I'm still around. No crashes or real bugs or anything like that to report. And basically all we can hope is that CCP did put a lot of extra stress on the servers at the back end there, and that they get all the information that they need from this test, and that they'll be able to improve performance later on. And as this wreck disintegrates, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all next time.